All right, here he is, Mr. Hockey himself, Patrick Reusse. You were at the X last night for that comeback, weren't you?
It was great. It was my kind of hockey game. 6-5. Take that 2-1 crap and
Yes.
flush it down the toilet. Play it loose and loosey goosey. Rush up the. You know what else helps? Bad goaltending.
Yeah.
That helps too. Talbot let in that stinker right off the bat, and that kind of opened up the whole game for the rest of the day. They win 6-5, but the other goalie played a hell of a game. It could have been 10-5. He was pretty dang good. So yeah, they're good, Phil. And Foligno threw in a little fight in the first period for no reason. I think he just saw all those fans up there, and he said, "I think they'd like to see a fight." So let's have
18,000
fun.
people need to see this right now. Me
Yes.
Superman punching this opponent.
Good
Yes.
punch.
Uh,
Nice punch.
haymakers, and it was they had everything. It had everything, and once they took that goal away, you knew that the way Winnipeg had been hanging on, that they had no chance not to give up a goal in the last 114 there after they knew that, because they had really been hanging on for what 10-12 minutes really, that the Wild was down there, and they're good. They're good. We got to get on the bandwagon here. Kaprizov's kind of fun to watch when it's 3-on-3 and 4-on-3, isn't it? Unbelievable.
How about that too? Like that's the change, because how many years, Patrick, did we watch this team with their plotters, their slow
Yes.
muckers, and trying to neutral zone trap your ass until you just gave up? And this is the first time. Gabrick was really good, but as far as I'm concerned, Kaprizov is the first true superstar who can do so many things.
You know what shocks me? You get crusty Bill Guerin in here as the general manager, and he keeps Evison as the coach. And you look at Evison and you think, okay, old time hockey, kind of a defensive center when he played. He had a couple of years when he scored some goals, but you think, okay, this is gonna be, cover your man and make sure you don't let anybody get behind you, and defensemen who stay back. And they play fast. He likes fast hockey, and I like fast hockey. I mean, I'm all in. I think it's great.
Yeah. No, it's like, and I think having the fans back last night and just like everything about it, it really, I don't know, this is going to sound corny, but like it felt like this is the official new era of Wild hockey, right? There's no Suter. I know that Kaprizov was here last year and whatnot, but like that felt like the flag in the ground of the new era.
595 days since they could have as many people as wanted to be there. You can't count the exhibitions, because weeknight exhibitions, who gives a damn? You know what's funny is all the pessimistic forecasts about the crowd's not coming back to West 7th after the tragedy that happened, and it was really dreary for the exhibition games. Well, last night, after the game, I have reports that there were 5,000 people walking down West 7th Street, chanting, screaming, hollering,
I saw
saying, "Let's go Wild," and stopping in and having one more cocktail. So, it's fantastic.
In fact, I got behind a car at a light where the car actually rolled down its windows, so some young fans who were screaming happy profanities could high five the people in the car. So like there was no
social distancing.
It was no, and it was great. The coolest thing, just a small thing, Pat, but the coolest thing I thought was Kaprizov's first shift in front of a full house. Right?
Yeah,
he actually got an ovation. He jumped on the ice and the fans went crazy.
Cool. You forget they haven't seen him.
I know.
You forget they hadn't seen him in person, really.
Yeah.
He, last year it was what they waited till April before they let 3,000 in, right? Before that it was family and friends, and then 4,500 for the 3 playoff games against Vegas. It does. I wrote this today. It astounds me though. Evison comes in here. He basically is Paul Fenton's guy to keep an eye on Boudreau, right?
Yep.
They fire Boudreau's guy. Fenton makes him take Everson. Then he fires Boudreaux Guerin and gives Everson the job. And then they get beaten 4 games in the playoffs by a lousy Canucks team. Now, not the playoffs, in that preliminary round. I really don't. I think if they had been approaching a regular season, he might not have been the coach. But maybe somehow he and Guerin developed a relationship in that little period of time that, after the pandemic season, he only coached 9 games, and then the 4 games down in Orlando. But it's amazing that he's still there, I think. But you got to like the way they play hockey, and you got to like Guerin. Phil, did you see? Oh yeah, well, you guys showed me the thing yesterday about Guerin saying there's some speculation Spurgey got set up for that.
I checked on that, and I was told absolutely not.
No, yeah.
They played it between periods too.
Huh?
The X.
They cleaned up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm shocked that they played that.
I know.
It's great.
So
it's great.
It's
like
awesome.
it's a rallying cry.
The Wild provide that to BSN. The Wild do all the production on that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, because damn well the cowards at BSN would have never used that, right? They would be afraid.
We apologize for any profanity you might have assumed Bill Guerin said there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's true.
Pat, what'd you think of your guy Victor Rask, seeing him up close in person yesterday? What'd you think of him?
I think he's a rather ordinary player, but he's another, to me, amazing. I mean, can you imagine, as I said today, Suter and Parisi are gone and he's still here? This guy, he was here 10 minutes and Judd and everybody else was vilified.
You know why he's still here? Because he keeps his mouth shut.
Yeah,
that's why he's still here.
That.
He doesn't look at his ice time and complain.
They brought in John Merrill yesterday at the skate, right? We're going to have a couple of players for you. This guy was unbelievable. These were the most boring, even by hockey standards, these were the most boring quotes ever. And I had on Twitter, I was going to say, boy, I hope the John Merrill controversy dies down before the game starts. And I was going to get people fired up. And then I said, then they might get mad because they brought somebody in, and but it was unbelievable. The guy wouldn't say anything. Now, I haven't talked to him, but I guess Foligno is the exception to that. He'll say anything, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's outstanding. He's a great quote.
But and Dumpa's okay once in a while. And he got the season off to a great start with a stupid penalty right off the bat, right? Like 25 seconds into the game.
Yeah.
They had a lot of penalties last night. That weren't really necessary, but it was a hell of a game. It was great.
Yeah. Also, just to ride the wave of excitement, happy Timberwolves season opener to all who celebrate here on Mackey and Judd. I will be painting my face and lining up for this grudge match against the Houston Rockets, a playoff rematch, right, from 3 years ago. All right.
Wild has won 6 straight home. I mean, the Wolves have won 6 straight home openers.
Really?
So yes.
It's amazing.
So don't put a lot of stock into it that means greatness. But I think they're going to be in that. You look at the West. The West is not nearly as good as people think it is. It's not. I mean, Arizona, I like them a lot. I mean, Phoenix, I like them a lot. Denver's not as good as people think. The Lakers are old. They got Golden State came and passed them last night. And, you got to finish ahead of a team like Memphis that's, they got Morant, but they don't have any. I think they clearly are going to be in that 7 to 10 range.
I agree. I think the West, people make it. I think the West just doesn't have many train wreck teams. I think that's it. It's just there's a bunch of good, solid teams in the West, and then a couple at the top.
But Utah, Utah had injuries obviously last year, but they got exposed. They're not great. It's I think they're, if they decide to have their guys, if Cat plays 70 games, and some of these guys, they got to play. They can't take the time off. I'm really interested to see how Russell looks starting, and what's his involvement? Is his involvement him taking 22 shots, or is he going to be a point guard or something? And Beasley's the other interesting case because he doesn't have jail time hanging over his head, and he can shoot. And but they're gonna have to guard somebody, but they'll beat Houston tonight. I think
they should. Yeah, they're like 6-point favorites. Here's my, I guess this is sort of my big question for the season. You got Karl Anthony Towns in his prime. You got Anthony Edwards, who in his last 40 games last year as a 19-year-old averaged like 24 points a game and was excellent. You got D'Lo, and you got about 9 or 10 actual NBA players in your rotation for the first time in a long time. And you got the coach that you want.
Yes.
You carved the cancer out of the organization, so to speak, right, in Gerson Rosas. If you can't eke your way into the playoffs this year, then what's the point?
That's pretty good. I would say that is pretty good. What is the point? Yes, but I'm very disturbed at the kumbaya, core values crap. Just
they created
get Bill Guerin over there and have Bill Guerin hold a meeting and say, "What do you think's important?" And have somebody say, servant leadership, and he'll say, bleep that.
Well, he would have no idea. He would have no idea what that is. Patrick, I think the problem is, I think, despite the fact that he might be good and we don't know yet, Mark Lowry, my guess, is not going to be your cup of tea.
No, I don't.
I think that's part of it.
I don't.
Like Bill Guerin is your cup of tea because he wakes up and says, how can I beat those MFers we're playing tonight?
Plus A-Rod telling me about honesty and accountability. It's just not my first reaction when I see A-Rod.
He's a real transparent guy.
Can there ever be a bigger pompous ass in the history of sports that he would get caught lying like a rug twice and then go on TV and have a reality show where he's advising people?
You know what they need, Patrick? Ralphio Palmeiro to become an investor. That's what they need.
And then
I did not.
And then walking around. I mean, he's unbelievable. He's just that he can just throw all that stuff away and just walk around like he's still 20-year-old A-Rod who never had a blip in his whole life.
Yeah. On the Mark Lowry front, I don't know if you saw or if you follow him on social media, but so yesterday he posted a video and it's him with like an old man. He's just turned 50 and he's got this like old man jump shot and I'm reading the caption on the post and it said, hey, turning 50, I thought, I'd make a big hire for the I bought the Timberwolves, thought I'd make a big hire, and so I hired so-and-so, Damian Lillard's personal basketball development coach. And I'm thinking, reading this, I'm like, wow, like he comes in and just like immediately, wow, the Wolves have Damian Lillard's personal development coach. Let's go. No, it wasn't for the Wolves. It was for him.
Yeah. Wasn't he not in uniform, but in some kind of sweats and stuff over there, walking around the court, pretending like he's playing basketball?
High socks. I love the guy.
He was working out. He was working out one-on-one with Damian Lillard's personal player development coach.
God, yeah. I should really give people more time, probably. But some of them just give me this bad first impression. No names to be mentioned here, but it never changes. I can't stand it.
I obviously am in on Laura. I think you should give Laura. So the difference between like a Tim Brewster level fraud is that he never had any success.
Yes,
at least Mark Lowry has become a billionaire based off all of his leadership, mantras.
Yeah, it is, I guess. But man, it's good. We're gonna get sick of being lectured. I heard some more tales from behind the scenes on our guy Gerson last night. I happened to apparently, I shouldn't say it.
No, say it. You gotta say
it. Wasn't a short-term relationship we had going here.
Oh no!
No! That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah, no. I heard that they were seen at Summer League just hanging out, and people were like, "That's interesting."
No, but Before that.
Yeah,
Oh,
Judd,
yeah?
This, like Summer League was like 3 months ago. I think
No,
you're
I
talking
mean,
like
Dookie had the TMZ level scoop on this when we broke it
Dookie
down.
told us all.
that's
This was way
that's
back.
it. I'm not a guy to pass on gossip unless I have some good stuff.
Yeah, you're not a guy to pass on gossip. Yeah. No, you pass gossip on very well, Pat. Let's be clear about that.
Oh my God.
Wow. It is unbelievable how, that I still can't believe the twins running up and sitting on his lap and the first press conference, and it's all about family. They declared themselves to be a family before they had met each other.
Well, Pat, what's your definition of family?
And they were already giving us all the family crap because they thought that's what people wanted. No, we want Bill Guerin. We want bleep you win. That's what we want.
But Pat,
right?
here's the thing. Define family. You got the Mansons, you got the Koresh thing.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of definitions of family. You were thinking to yourself nuclear family.
Forget about me. I love you.
Yeah, exactly. Free love.
that's what it was. Was that what it was?
It was 1967.
Well,
that's
all over again, Pat.
that's PJ Fleck's family, right? Forget about me. I love you.
The first guy I heard it from was Caruso, not PJ Fleck. Forget about me. I love you. Okay.
All right.
Why does that have to end?
I don't know.
Well, just think of it as they're expanding their families. That's what they were doing.
Hell of a hockey game. And you know what? You know what my other view is? I'm not running into this, but it's hockey. You don't have to be an unflawed team. You just got to be one of the 8, right? 8 or 9 best. You can win it. Why not us? After all these years, why not? They got the super duper star, and then they go. We don't know if the goalie's good enough, but beyond that, why not you? Because it doesn't make any difference who's going to win it. It's random when you get down to about the final 6, 7, 8 teams. So why not win it? What the hell? Nothing to be wrong with it.
I'm here for it. Why not us?
I'd like to see a Stanley Cup. I don't want to see a Super Bowl win because I think that would steal too much of our identity. But
we wouldn't know how to. Yeah, we wouldn't. We've basically spent the last 60 years complaining about Minnesota sports.
Yes, but why not? Why not? And I think that's their goal here. Why not think about winning it? What the hell's wrong with that?
Love it.
Instead of saying, wow, I think we can make the playoffs. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We've done that before.
I think we need Pat to sing it here.
Oh God,
this is going to follow Pat as he walks around.
I don't know if I know the words.
No, that's okay.
Does anybody know the words?
Hey, and your grandson.
He got to win, and he was
big win.
He got to win, and he was taunting me afterwards. He texted me and says, "I'm not a jinx anymore."
That's right.
Wild win. Yeah. But he's turned on Parise. The Parise jersey's gone.
Good.
He's got the Kaprizov jersey now, which had to cost his mom and dad $200 probably.
He didn't burn the Parisi jersey, right?
No,
just put it
I
in
think
storage.
He still got it in storage. Yes.
Okay, that's good.
All
right, Pat. We'll talk to you on Friday. Rapping with Reusse, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Also, Reusse Unchained you can find on Mondays.